Welcome back, everyone, to the Desmond Payne Road to the Show. It's episode 39. Still continuing here in Desmond Payne's second season, and lately things have not been going well for the Texas Rangers. They're now below 500, 51 and 55, as Payne bloops this one into center. He's just trying to jumpstart this offense. The run production has been very low, and it's players like Payne that need to step up. But with Prince Fielder up with 2 down, he ends the inning here with a quick ground out. Let's continue on. We're in this series against the Houston Astros. They took game number 1, and they're close to taking game 2 as they lead here in the 8th. Payne trying to make something happen, gets underneath this one. It's a routine play in left, and he is retired. So it didn't look too good for Texas, but they managed a 9th inning comeback. A walk-off home run gave them a much-needed win. In the bottom of the 9th inning, it was Gerardo Parra with a walk-off 2-run homer. And it's going to be a team effort to get this series, or this season, back on the right track. So into the Game 3 matchup now, the rubber match against the Houston Astros. And it's Payne bottom 4, down by 2, chopping this up the middle. Barehanded by Altuve, he ends the inning with that out. Payne entered this episode batting .280 with 11 doubles, 5 homers, and 30 RBIs in limited playtime. But a soft ground ball here to short, but a long windup there. His motion wasn't quick enough to get Payne out. He legs out a lot of those infield singles. They're trying to get 3 runs back late in the game, and this is through into right field. Payne can round third, and he is driven in to make it a 6-4 ball game. Can the Rangers pull off another comeback and take this series from the Houston Astros? Well, they couldn't do it in the 8th inning. They scored only 1 run. And then in the 9th, Richard Ferks hits a home run to basically ruin our chances at this one, as Nelson De La Rosa gets his 33rd save for Houston. The Texas Rangers drop this series as well. After the All-Star break, things have just kind of fallen off for the team. But a matchup now against the LA Angels. Both teams hovering around 500, both below, needing this series to get some positivity in their directions. And there is Desmond Payne ripping this past third and into left, putting him on first base. Is Payne going to take off this time? Yes, he does, a little bit late. Throw to second, not in time, as Payne takes another base. Trying to get in range for another run. This is lifted into left center. And you know Payne's a risk taker here on the base path, so of course he's going to take off for third, and he's there just ahead of the throw. Bit closer than you'd like to see, but Payne's fast, and we're going to use his speed. Ground ball to first base, however, by Jamal Weeks ends the inning, and Payne is left stranded. Let's continue on. Now into the 7th inning, a 2-0 Angel lead, man on first, nobody down, and that's a base hit up the middle by Payne. Runner holds at second, and they have something brewing here. A 1-2 count to the next batter, and this is ripped into the gap. That'll score 1, and it'll go all the way to the wall, so Payne can score as well. A game-tying double. It seems everybody's starting to chip in a little bit better now. 3-2 Texas in the 8th inning. Payne trying to help the Rangers get an insurance run, but he's not going to do it swinging at pitches like that. Falling behind 0-2, this one actually hits him. I figured it hit the dirt, but no, watch the replay. It does hit off the cleat. Payne is fine, he just takes a walk on to first base, putting 2 aboard, 2 outs. Can they get a rally going? This would be pretty big. 0-2 count, and a shallow pop-up to first base. So much for that one. Now the Angels tied this game in forced extras. Let's go bottom 10, 2 down for C.J. Cron. It's an 0-1 count, and he puts a drive into this one, deep right center, and they watch it go over the fence for a walk-off home run. Cron's second of the game. Just when it looked like they had a chance to go up 1 game in this series, the Angels get a run in the 9th and another one in the 10th as C.J. Cron wins it, and he is the obvious player of the game. It's a tough way to lose, especially given how this season has gone on. This walk-off loss feels a little bit different than it would in other situations. The team is just looking for a little bit of hope right now, and certainly there's still a lot of game left to go this year. The season is far from over, but they're in 4th place in the West, and something needs to happen soon. However, It didn't happen in the next game against the Angels. We're going to go through this one very quickly. Payne struck out in the first and in the fifth with the bases loaded. And the Rangers lost this game 2-0. So here we go again, the losing streak. This new one is sitting at 3 games, and now it's a potential sweep against a division rival whom we were close with in the standings. Obviously now they're pulling ahead even more. And here's a pop-out from Desmond Payne as he is off to a really slow start this episode. Not seeing the same pop-off as bat that we've become used to. And there is a 2-hopper to short, and that's deep enough over Pujols' head, and Payne goes to second. But a perfect carom off the railing to the catcher leads to Payne being caught in a pickle. Let's take another look here. When it rains, it pours sometimes. It looks like a nice chance. Maybe it goes out of play, or at least you get to second base. But no, it plays out perfectly for the Angels. And Payne has no choice but to go back to first and head back to the bench. Thankfully, Texas figured it out in this game. They didn't allow a run. There wasn't a whole lot to show. Yu Darvish was up to pitch, he went the distance, no runs across, 13 strikeouts. Those are the performances that can help a team get back on track. So 5 games below 500 against the Pittsburgh Pirates, now a completely new series. Not even in the same conference here, we're on the road, up 1 early in the game, and later it's 3-1 Texas, top 5, and a 3-hopper to short, easy play, and Payne is retired. Still having trouble getting good contact in this episode, but look at the score, still 3-1, and Payne again on the ground is out. So he's not chipping in as much as you'd like to see, but they get a couple quick victories here in a row. Now it's 3-1, another really good pitching performance. The next day, Payne was a pinch hitter, was another ugly infield single, and they won that game. So just like that, they take 2 games from the Pirates. It was a short little series. And then they head to Minneapolis to play the Twins, who are 20 games below 500. So a prime opportunity here, especially on the road. If you can get on a roll on the road, that's big when you return home. However, Desmond Payne is still struggling out there. 3-0 Texas in the 5th inning, and that is an ugly hit. Thankfully, it bounces foul. He gets another chance at it. 1-2. And that is ripped up the middle. Good swing by Payne. That put a runner in scoring position, and eventually Payne joined him. 2 on, 1 down, and a ground ball to the right side. That's good enough. It scores a run. Payne advances to third, representing the potential 5th run of the day for Texas. And that's a wild pitch. Payne wants to take off. Trying to score. He's thrown out. I feel like lately not many of those aggressive base running risks have paid off for Payne, and hopefully that changes, or maybe the risks won't be taken. We'll see what happens. Still blanking the Twins. They get a nice swing to the outfield, but Payne is able to track that one down. Maybe that leaves in the Metrodome, but not here in Target Field. Rangers take game 1 as the Twins have only 3 hits and no runs. Suddenly the identity has become the pitching of this team. I know it's only a few games, but at least in the short term, it's become a stretch of games that's been led by the pitchers. And Payne is still legging out these awkward, not impressive infield singles. They all look the same in the box score, but I'm still waiting to see, those big doubles and swings that we were used to for a while. But hey, that gets through, and now Payne can run. On his way home, he slides for style points, and he scores a run for Texas. They're up 2-1 in the 4th. 2 on for Payne as he looks at a curveball that doesn't get called. Then with the count 1-1, he swings through the changeup to fall behind 1-2. And the next pitch, Payne swings and misses at a sinker below the zone and heads back to the bench. Too many strikeouts as of late. Some really ugly at-bats for Desmond. 2-2 game later as Payne goes right back up the middle with a single. He hasn't had any extra base hits in this episode, just a lot of infield singles and base hits to center. Now with 2 down, here is a drive to right, deep, and caught. I thought it might go to the wall or get over the right fielder's head at least, but that was not the case. And we jump ahead to the 9th. The Rangers did find another run, and they looked to put this one away, but Weeks couldn't field this cleanly, so a runner aboard for the Twins. They eventually get another, and now we have a 2-2 count as Feliz tries to bounce back, and he gets a big strikeout on that pitch to get the first out of the inning. Belcher swings through it. But still work to do. They need 2 more outs to preserve the victory. And here is a full count to Eduardo Nunez. Payoff pitch hit down the line, but thankfully foul, otherwise the game would have been tied. And then Nunez walks, so the bases are loaded. And that brings up Joe Mauer, who was already 2 for 3 with a run batted in. Twins fans want to see Mauer come through in these spots, but he grounds it to short. They get 1 and turn 2 to end the game. Another win for Texas. Suddenly, 5 wins in a row for the Rangers. They hang on this time. They take 2 in a row from Pittsburgh. They take 2 in a row against the Twins. And now I have 2 more games to go. A 4-game set here for some reason. I never know why there are 4-game series. You can't, like, win it without taking 3 and you can potentially tie it. So I think 4-game series are really strange. But hey, what do we have here? Payne foul off the bricks there in left field. Umpires weren't sure. They had to talk about it. And then Payne struck out on this changeup. This was bad. Very, very bad for Desmond Payne. But thankfully, Yu Darvish came in and he got the Rangers another win. 9 innings pitched, 1 run. So he's pitched 2 complete games back-to-back, allowing 1 run combined. That was a whole week of winning. They had 1 off day, but 6 straight games they won. And now look for a 4-game sweep. Curveball hit back into center, another hit for Desmond Payne. All his hits looked the same today. It was bothering me, and it still is. Taking off for second. This is close, and Payne ruled safe. I wasn't sure about that one. Payne got to third base, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a fly ball to left field. That stays in. Out number 3, Payne does not score. The Twins didn't want to see a road team come in that was struggling and take 4 games from them, so the Twins had some offense in this game. And here's Eric Fryer's first at-bat of the season. The Twins were already winning by 1, and this loaded the bases. They didn't test Payne's arm. Apparently they don't watch the other games because they should have definitely tested him. However, they still get the run here on the sacrifice fly and increase their lead. Later in the game, 6-2, Twins leading, and Desmond Payne is trying to get the Rangers back in this game. Deep left field. We have an extra base hit finally. Get going, Martin. Payne wants second base. Close play. He's safe. I knew he could make it there. It's all right. 2 in scoring position, and here is Wilmer Flores with a single and a double already. Can he get something with the bases juiced? 2 outs and a dribbler to second base. And out number 3. That was a prime opportunity that they couldn't come through in. Top 7, 6-2 Twins still as Payne sits back, but maybe not far enough. 2-2 count. There's the breaking ball again, but right to second base, and Payne is doubled up. That doesn't happen very often, but when it does, I'm not too happy about it. It was a 5-run game in the 9th, and you know Payne is not just going to roll over here. He wants to make the most out of all of his at-bats. Nobody on base, but there's a jolt to right field, deep, and caught. I keep thinking hits to right field are going to make something happen, but they don't. So the Rangers lose this game, but at least they had a 6-game winning streak, took 2 series in a row on the road. So we'll see if this leads to them really improving over the course of the next couple months of the season. They're now 58-59. They gained a little bit of ground today. They began 10 games out of first place. They are now 7.5 games out and return home to take on the Angels again and the Baltimore Orioles before going on the road later the next week. Payne is still hitting .280, the same average he began today's episode with, but only 1 extra base hit, too many strikeouts, and we'll see if he can get some more pop in the bat and some more exciting hits next episode. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please leave a like, leave your feedback below, and subscribe. And for more baseball content, check out my second channel and my Super Mega Baseball Season Mode series. It's been a ton of fun, over 100 episodes into it, and still a lot more on the way, so give that a look if you haven't, and I'll see you all next time. Have a great day.